Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 Netflix comedy Murder Mystery, a film that is directed by Kyle Neuer, who also directed the Netflix comedy from last year, I think, called Game Over Man, that I did review on the channel somewhere. And this is a film that stars Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston, Luke Evans, Terence Stamp, Gemma Arterton and David Walliams. And this is a film that focuses on the Spitz, a married couple played by Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, Nick Spitz and Audrey Spitz. Nick is a police officer in New York and his wife is a hairdresser, and Nick has been promising to take his wife on a European trip for many years, and they've never managed to do it. However, on I think it's their 15th wedding anniversary, he agrees to take her for a trip round Europe. On the plane they meet Luke Evans' character Charles Cavendish, who is a very charming guy who invites them both onto the family yacht for a get together, and they are both drawn into that, and they get drawn into this lavish rich lifestyle. However, on this boat there is a murder that takes place that inevitably leads to Nick and Audrey Spitz getting the blame. The police think they did it, all the fingers point at them, and they have no choice really but to try and figure out who the actual killer is before they end up behind bars abroad. So that is the general gist of this film. Now then, I kind of know that Adam Sandler is a bit Marmite these days. I've always had a soft spot for Adam Sandler. I think on the channel somewhere there is my top 10 favourite Adam Sandler films. I've been a fan of Adam Sandler for a long time, but I am aware he has made some absolute stinkers over the years. But I think he's kind of evened out over these last few years, and some of these Netflix films that he has been putting out have actually, some of them have been a bit of a miss, like The Ridiculous Six and things, but some of them have actually been pretty good. I think the last two that he's done I quite enjoyed. The wedding one that he did recently that I reviewed on the channel, what was that called? That was called The Week Of, yes, with Chris Rock and things. That was quite a good comedy film. So he's had some pretty decent films on Netflix, and this is another one. He plays a pretty normal guy. I think he's kind of put to bed some of these characters that we're doing in some of these films that people were fed up of seeing, and he's just playing like more like eccentric normal people in a way. And he and Jennifer Aniston have got a good chemistry. They've worked together before. What was the film? Was it Just Go For It or Just Go With It? I think it was. Not a brilliant film, but they certainly had chemistry in that, and they do have good chemistry here as well. It's got a good cast in it, a good supporting cast, and the very core of it, the murder mystery, is actually quite interesting and compelling in regards to who is the culprit, and you kind of go on this journey with this couple as they try and navigate themselves through Europe, and also try and figure out who the culprit is. So you're on the ride with them and you're figuring it out with them, and there's a few red herrings thrown our way, some fun sequences, and a few giggles, even though I would be lying if I said that I had loads of belly laughs watching this film, because I didn't. I had a few chuckles, a few giggles, a few smiles, and it was an entertaining film to watch. I thought Adam Sandler had some snappy one-liners here and there, but so did Jennifer Aniston, and some of the other characters shone as well in this film. There's an awful lot of gags that may miss the mark. They really don't hit. There's some really stupid ones that probably the film could have done without. It didn't really need some of the silly gags it tried to throw at there, but the very core of this film, I thought, for the most part worked, from my perspective anyway. I did enjoy it. I was entertained watching it. But I'm not gonna say that this is Adam Sandler back to his best, because I think we're some way off that. But I think he's almost accepting now that he's not a young man anymore, and he's playing different parts and different roles, and he's not just doing these stupid characters anymore that people would just had enough of, or casting all his best mates in films and we're seeing the same jokes rinsed and repeated in movies, and so he's trying to give us different things now with some of these movies he's putting out. He's trying to give us different things to look at, different characters, and each film seems to be different from the last. So he is trying to be original in his approach now, and I do appreciate that. So whereas I don't think this is a world beater, it's not hilarious or anything, it is certainly watchable. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I was entertained watching it, but I don't think it's going to win back a huge army of Sandler fans or anything like that, because it's not that good. But it is certainly, it's one of those you can put on and have a laugh and a giggle at, turn off, and think, oh, that was okay. So that's my review for Murder Mystery. A pretty decent watch. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and of course I will see you next time on Screen Stars.